Hi there, Scorpios. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl. We're looking at March 9 through March 15. This week features a balanced trine that turns into a rather dangerous alliance, a sign change followed by a rest period. Mars, your co-ruler, the planet of passion and stamina and energy, is riding point early Tuesday, March 10, when it makes a fire trine to Jupiter and indicates a couple of days of positive growth. If you know anyone born under the sign of Aries or Leo or Sagittarius, they're really good go-to people for you. Take good heed because this is the only time these two planets will be in harmony this year. It looks like hazard lights ahead. Wednesday, March 11. Mars exchanges the Jupiter love bubble for a meetup with Uranus. This disturbing and possibly violent alignment between Mars and Uranus reveals a side of Mars that doesn't play well with others. Things go further south when the dangerous duo gets mixed up with Pluto later in the day. The immense significance of this Uranus-Pluto meeting, the next one will be in opposition in 2046, will be discussed next week, but until then the best thing to do is proceed with caution. On Thursday, March 12, Mercury leaves Aquarius to explore the magical mysteries of Pisces. The 3 weeks that Mercury spends in Pisces will shift communications, travel, and thought patterns onto the emotional and non-verbal right side of the brain. And of course, Mercury in Pisces is a very good placement for you, Pisces being a water sign, a cousin, and in your 5th house of romance, self-fulfillment, and creativity. Things go into a stall Saturday, March 14, when Saturn goes out of phase. This 4-month retrograde cycle will send Saturn back for one last trip into Scorpio. I know you thought you were done and dusted with Saturn, but you've got 4 months of retrograde activity until he finally leaves your sign for quite a long time, 25 years I think it is, or longer, and he is going to be out of your sign for good in August. So I know it sounds like a long time, but the 4 months is going to give you a bit of a redo to get, all those nuts and bolts down, the things you didn't do before, the things you should have done when you had Saturn in your sign, Saturn being the planet of time management and the planet of focus. And I think it's so easy to be unfocused and flaky and undisciplined because we have so much going on. We're all busy and we all have lives and we all get caught up in, social media and texting and, spending a lot of time maybe watching TV or on the computer, dilly-dallying, and not enough time actually doing things. So I think this 4 months is going to be very good for you. And during the next 4 months, we're going to be practicing a cosmic deadheading. Deadheading is when you snip off flower heads after a plant is past its bloom. This stop motion practice prevents the flowers from going to seed, allows the plant to put more energy into producing new blossoms. Deadheading a project, job, relationship, or idea that has blossomed and run its course will guarantee you have the energy to make a successful and productive start when Saturn turns direct in August. Now, I'll be talking about Saturn more next week, but until then, start your deadheading. Have a great week, great speaking to you, and I'll speak to you again next week.